Yo, this is WSoul13 bringing you Raid Shadow Legends, and today we're gonna be talking about 10x, what are they giving us, and how you should view 10x. By the way, if you are looking through the marketplace, of course you get mystery shards. That's the best thing you can buy in this place. But also look out for like epic or legendary 5-star speed gear. They're actually not bad. So that one is not good though. Let's take a look. What do we have here, and what should we do about it? So as usual, don't even look at the left side of the screen. You're not gonna pull a legendary, obviously, right? So let's take a look at any of these, if any of these are any good. Alright, so for Void Shards, Umbral is definitely one of the best epics in the game. The only problem is, and I think this is really something you should think about when you're going for somebody like Umbral on a 10x, is that there are so many other champs that can do what she does now. Or even not exactly what she does, but very close enough. And I think the closest one that you can get for free that does the Umbral thing is Vizix. So Vizix won't do the AoE block buff, right? So AoE block buff is utterly amazing. The only thing is on auto, you know, you have to get her to an AI program team. There's only limited team slots right now, so it's very hard to get her to do exactly what you want everywhere that you want her used in, you know, because you gotta program the AI in. But as far as just the AoE control thing, Vizix kind of does the same thing. So it's a cheaper version of Vizix, and you're kind of gambling on your Void Shards to get her. So I know some people might be tempted because they've seen, I think Chosen put out a top 25 epics. I should do a top 25 epics type deal to like a top 10, top 20 epic thing, and just kind of like show you how I see epics, you know, from a more F2P low spender perspective. I've actually been thinking about doing that, but while she is like a top tier epic champ, there's no question about that. What you should really ask yourself is utility on your account, you know. And I know this is one of those kind of like win more situations. So if you already have Vizix and you're already working towards booking her out, like you should, because Vizix is viable in hard Doom Tower, I don't know what really does she do in your team. So if you're looking for somebody specifically to beat Faction Wars, 10x is a good way to fill out your Faction War teams. I mean, that's undeniable that Umbral can help get you through 21, if not get you through 21. You know, she is that good. If you deck her out the right way for Faction Wars, you know, she'll get you through. So I think Umbral is definitely someone you should think about, but also somebody that you should consider as a replaceable champ in so much of the content. Faction Wars though, definitely superstar. So you should think about her if you are trying to finish Faction Wars. Chanaru, they're offering up this late again. A1 block buff, it's okay. I mean, it's not even AoE, you know. Oh, by the way, for the AoE block buff thing for Demon Spawn, there is actually a rare champ that can do it. Right, so let's go back there real quick. Chanaru for sure. I think Chanaru is a pass. Like, for reals, that's like a hard pass right there. She's not worth it. But there is a Demon Spawn with an AoE block buff on his A1. Yeah? Places for 2 turns. That's actually pretty sick. So you can combine this with something like Sniper and Master Hexer, I guess, and some counter attacking gear maybe, so something like retaliation set, And or even stun set would work too. Yeah, because this is a AoE A1. So stun set, retaliation set, whatever. I think stun set is probably better. And I think he brings a heal. Yeah, a little heal. And increase defense, increase attack. I mean, you're most likely never going to use this skill. Like, if you're trying to get through 21, you're either just spamming this and then you're using the heal when you need to. Right, so this is very strong for Faction Wars. The Umbral thing, too. If you put him on stun set, it's basically Umbral, right? So this is what I'm talking about. Like, Umbral is amazing, because that's 100% on Umbral, but if you're just kind of like RNGing through it, you know, Abyssal does the same thing, and he doesn't even need to be 6-star to do it, you know. Umbral, to get the max value out of her, you really gotta 6-star her, in my opinion. I mean, you can get away with her as a 50, but to get her value everywhere in the game, you gotta really 6-star her. Abyssal is not somebody you're gonna use everywhere in the game. So you can probably get away with a level 50 Abyssal just getting through Faction Wars. You know, something to think about it. I just remembered, that's why. And what am I doing? Sorry. Alright, so Fanax has talked about this guy before. He has a block buff, and it's an AoE. The AoE block buff is always good. Always good, you know, and it's something you should really think about having in your team. The only thing with Fanax is that cooldown is not great, and the buff chance only goes up to 80%, right? That's that one is 75%. Yeah. I mean, Umbral's better, just plain better, and Fanax, he's okay. He's not great. You know, this one is attack one enemy, and this one's attack all enemies. So, I mean, I think if this was attack all enemies, even the cooldowns were a little bit high, he would have a lot more value. So that would really make him stand out. So you can put him on stun set, and he can really do something. I think something cool. But yeah, Fanax, he's not bad. He's just not great, I think. And then we get to Hugo. Now Hugo is amazing, right? So let's talk about what Hugo does. A1 is a leech. Leech is always good to have. Clan boss, any boss, you know. But I think this is really what makes Hugo so good. Attacks all enemies, 75% chance of placing decreased defense, 50% chance of the block buffs, and block buff increase 5% for each alive enemy. So in a wave of 5, that's 75 as well. Books up to 100%, 3-turn cooldown. Really, really strong. Like Hugo might be the best, like, epic version of War Maiden, in my opinion. Like, Hugo is up there. Like, Hugo and Deacon Armstrong are kind of like the best epic versions of War Maiden. So Hugo is definitely really, really good. And he does this, which is he combines a carry role into your decreased defense role, right? Takes heal reduction away. Okay, relevant in some places, not everywhere, but definitely in Ice Golem, very relevant. One random debuff. Okay, takes a debuff and removes a random debuff. So, you know, cleanse is always amazing. Heals allies 20%. If allies are dead, revive them with 50% HP and fill turn meter 50%. All allies, yeah. So that's the thing about Hugo, right? You're gonna have to do this thing where everybody dies, and then he's the only one alive, and then he can increase speed, block damage on himself, and then he can do this, right? So there's some caveats here. One, this is a 4-turn cooldown. And 2, on auto, you're not sure if this is off cooldown, right? By the time it triggers this. You know? So it's not the, like, it's not the be-all, end-all type champ. Honestly, in a lot of ways, Gorgo is, I think, does this thing, this AoE revive thing better than Hugo, because Gorgo brings the turn meter boost, and then he also brings buff removal, which is a pretty cool thing to have on your carry champ, you know. So it's kind of like Gorgo and War Maiden smushed together in one champ. Definitely strong. I mean, you know, definitely a top tier epic. I don't know if is it a he or a she? Oh, it's a she. I don't know if she is a like top 20, top 10, top 5 epic. Top 25 could be a stretch as well, but definitely an epic that's up there, you know. Like if I were to rank epics, she would probably be in the top half, maybe top 75%, you know. So I would rate her highly. The only thing is that is she worth going for in a 10x? I don't think so. Definitely somebody you should look at though if you're trying to finish Ogren Tribe Faction Wars. So this is another Faction Wars type deal, right? So in Faction Wars, yes, definitely, she is worth it. So if Ogren is one of those tribes that you haven't finished yet, and you're looking to get ahead on that, yeah, I would gamble for Hugo for sure, because that AOE block buff is a big deal in the Ogren faction crypt. And how I did it was with Gerptuk, because I did the fusion for him. But you know, this is better than Gerptuk for that. Right, Gerptuk is better for other things, which is boost your damage and on top of the AOE block buff thing, right? So I think overall, a lot of faction wars standouts. You know, like I don't think Fanax is the like slam dunk faction wars champ, but for sure, Umbral is a slam dunk faction wars champ. But I just showed you there's some replacements for her, and then Hugo is definitely a slam dunk of a faction wars champ. It's just, you know, it's 10x. It's very hard to even gamble for a 10x these days because of just how many epics there are in the game now compared to before. But definitely for Hugo, just try to gamble, try to get one epic maybe, and then if you don't get it, then that's it. Better luck next time, right? I think that's it. Did I think I finished the Vildrax event. Let's take a look real quick. Oh, keep clicking the wrong. Yeah, I finished Vildrax, and then I have not Gwyneth. There is not Rule, and then Cleopatrix is on the way. So that should fuel my champ chase for the next fusion that we're all waiting on. And you know, that's kind of just a state of account thing for raid in general. We'll hook up with you guys again tomorrow, but definitely when it comes to 10x, you should really think about utility for your account in the absolute sense, not in the oh, is this an upgrade to what I already have type deal, you know. Think more in terms of like does this let me do something I wasn't able to do before, right? So if they're like, you want to break through Hard Doom Tower, does this do it? If you want to break through Faction Wars, a certain crypt, does this do it? I want to create a stage 24, stage 25 dungeon team, does this champ do it for you? You know, those are the things that you should do when you make, or you should factor in heavily, if not primarily, when you're making these kinds of decisions, because shards are really good in this game, like just to have, not necessarily to open. So weird, right? Because a lot of people say, oh, you know, it's a gacha game, so what good are shards if you don't open them? Well, raid is a fusion game. This past year has proven it, right? So raid is a fusion game. So I think the shards should really revolve around getting fusions, because that's the max value that you get out of your shards. Is it helps get you a guaranteed legendary, no matter if that legendary is top tier or mediocre or even like utterly not good. Doesn't matter. Guaranteed Lego. So yeah, you should just be cautious every time there's 10x out. Yeah? But definitely think tactically. We'll see you guys next time.